What is going on, guys? It's your boy K-Mac coming at you with some Call of Duty Ghost gameplay, and this is 10 things you did not know about the Call of Duty franchise. I want to go ahead and take this time out to ask you guys if this is something that you guys want to see more of. By that I mean, would you guys like to see more of these videos on different games, on different series? For example, I could do 10 things you didn't know about the Halo franchise, or the Battlefield franchise, the Gears of War franchise, the Mario franchise. And if you would like to see more of these videos, go ahead and drop a comment right now telling me which series you would like to see 10 things you didn't know about. And I'll make kind of like a mini series about all of this. And I'll probably post them weekly, maybe one or two a week for you guys. And you guys, based on your comments, I can go ahead and do that. But the first thing on this list that you probably did not know about Call of Duty is that back in 2003, when this game, or not this game, but when the original Call of Duty was first released, it was also released on Nokia's N-Gage mobile gaming platform. Now, if you guys do not remember the N-Gage, it was a failed attempt at mobile gaming before the PSP and before all that ever happened, and it was it was really shitty. It had online, I believe. I'm not sure on that. Don't quote me, but and it just kind of flopped and it never went anywhere. But the original Call of Duty, like I said, was available on that platform, along with, I believe, with PS2, GameCube, original Xbox, PC, and Mac. I believe all of them. Moving on to the next item on our list. People are not really aware of how many big movie stars are actually in some of these Call of Duty games. Some of the names that stand out to me are Brandon Routh, who was Superman in Superman Returns, is one of the voice actors in COD Ghost. Michael Keaton was Batman and is in a Batman movie. He's also in Beetlejuice. Sam Worthington was in Clash of the Titans and Avatar. He was in Black Ops 2. Also, everyone knows that Ice-T was in Black Ops. The original Black Ops is one of the characters. And the list goes on, guys. There's so many of these. Some of them are even big-name superstars in Hollywood that loan their voice to Call of Duty. And it's kind of interesting to see that, you didn't really know that this person was in there, or one of your favorite actors was actually in one of the Call of Duty games. It's kind of interesting, and it's something that not a lot of people know about because you don't really look at the credits when they're scrolling by, and it's just kind of different. But moving on to number 3 on our list, and this is one that I find particularly interesting. Back in 2007, a few months before Modern Warfare, the original Modern Warfare, was to hit store shelves, there was allegedly another Call of Duty game set in World War II that was under development for 360, PS3, and PC that basically never saw the light of day. This game was canceled, but it was supposed to be set in Italy during World War II, and apparently this game was supposed to be titled Call of Duty Devil's Brigade, and like I said, supposed to be in Italy during World War II. But the kicker to this is it was supposed to be a third-person game rather than a traditional first-person, which we're used to. Now, we did see a little bit of third-person Call of Duty in Modern Warfare 2 with that third-person game mode, though it wasn't very popular. I wasn't a big fan of it personally, but who knows how that could have turned out had that game actually went fully into development and been released. But basically, Call of Duty was taken over by that time by Infinity Ward, and this developer was basically muscled out by Infinity Ward, and Infinity Ward told them that you can no longer develop for this. And the developers ended up I think they ended up developing Far Cry 3 instead. That studio did. But moving on to the next item on our list, and this item also kind of touches on the last one, and that is to say that Call of Duty might actually make a return to World War II setting in these next-gen consoles. You'd be thinking, that's crazy. Why would they ever do that? No one ever liked that game. Why would they go back? It's already been done. They've done this, done that. But when you think about it, there is so much of that story that's never been told. Like I don't think I've ever played a campaign of Call of Duty, like I said, in like the last game, like in Italy during World War II. I know there was a little bit of Africa, and I know there's plenty of Germany and Japan and Pacific Islands, but there's so many different stories, so many different campaigns that were never touched on that actually happened. And when you think about it, how far can they go in the future before things, get too futuristic, start getting more Halo-ish? And it kind of makes you think they might actually push one back to World War II. Now, the next thing on the list is kind of funny, and it's been in a lot of Call of Duty games. This screenshot you're going to see right here is originally from the original Call of Duty on PC, and it is these teddy bear Easter eggs that have been kind of this running joke throughout the Call of Duty series by multiple developers, by both Infinity Ward and Treyarch. I remember back in Modern Warfare 3 I don't remember what map it was, but it was definitely a multiplayer map, that you had to fly one of the usable kill streaks, the little recon drone, and if you flew that little recon drone through a window on one of these maps, you could see like a 7-story tall teddy bear that was holding dual deagles, and there was all kinds of teddy bears, and it's kind of like I said, a running joke that goes on in the Call of Duty community between developers where they can put these. They have been in Treyarch games, they have been in zombie maps, they've been in all kinds of things like that, and I'm sure there's some in COD Ghosts. I just haven't found any yet. I'm positive there has to be some in there, maybe even in the Aliens thing, or maybe in the campaign, some multiplayer maps. I don't know, I haven't found any yet, but I'm sure there are some. But moving on to the next item on our list, and that is that there are actually ghosts in Call of Duty games. And no, I'm not talking about Call of Duty Ghosts just because it's in the title. There are actually ghost appearances in some of these games. Now, I remember back in Call of Duty Finest Hour, there was actually a scene where you encounter a ghost of a small boy in a home of a Japanese person while playing through the campaign, and it kind of showed the horrors that the Japanese family had to go through during the war, and it was kind of a creepy, weird kind of ghost figure. And also there was a Modern Warfare 3 map. Now I cannot remember the name, it's to save my life right now, but it was one of the last DLC packages where you got this map, and there was one grave you could kneel next to, and you could hear a little boy's voice, like in a creepy ghostish kind of voice you could hear. It would say things about where's my mom, where's mommy, what's going on. It's all kinds of creepiness like that. And also in that same map, there was also a giant grave you could lay next to, another grave you could lay next to, and a ghost would actually appear on screen and kind of hover across the map for a little bit. And I remember when I first saw it, I was so creeped out that I shot at it and I kind of screamed. I was like, well, what is that? And I didn't know. And again, you could hear the ghostly noise. It's creepy. And it was kind of interesting, and it's kind of funny. But, and then it kind of added a little bit to that map. I actually kind of like that map. I just can't think of what it's called. It's got like a giant church in it. There's all kinds of graves. I don't know what it's called, but you can look that up. It's in Modern Warfare 3. But moving on to the next item on our list, probably one of the funnier things on the list is that Call of Duty has been used as propaganda by North Korea. Now in the screenshot, what you're seeing is a screenshot from Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. It's where New York is under attack. And basically America is being attacked and invaded and all that bad stuff. And back in early August 2013, a North Korean news station used that cutscene of that, America being destroyed. They actually used that in a newscast as propaganda to try and tell the population that America was under attack and America was in duress. And that is crazy to think that they would go that far to use a video game that is very popular on top of that. I don't know who they were trying to fool. I don't know if their citizens over there bought it. I doubt they did, because I don't think the graphics in that game were that great. People were really thinking, whoa, New York is actually under attack, and there's warships in the bay being exploded and all that crazy stuff. I don't buy that, but it actually happened. They actually tried to pull that off, and that is crazy stupid that they would try and do that, at least to me. But moving on to the next item on the list are some of the numbers of Call of Duty that are outrageous. Now, in a statistic report released in early 2013, there has been over 5 billion cars exploded in online multiplayer in Call of Duty universe, and also there's been over 100 million people that have played this game online since it became its release in 2003. These numbers are insane. That is 5 times the number of cars that actually exist on the entire planet. Think about that. All right, one last fact before I get you guys out of here. There is a Call of Duty map that is supposedly developed kind of hand-in-hand with Tom Hanks and Steven Spielberg, but that's kind of just a joke. It's not really true. But with that said, this map is really cool. It was from one of the original Call of Duties. I think it was Call of Duty 2, and it was kind of a play on that movie that those two did together, and Saving Private Ryan, when they do that scene. And there was a whole scene they made. It was actually developed. You can watch the video online. But that is it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. And that is it for the 10 facts of Call of Duty. Like I said, if you guys could go ahead and leave a like, it'd be very much appreciated if this video gets to 500 likes before the end of the weekend. I will go ahead and drop out the next video for you guys on this series a day early. And make sure you guys comment, like I said earlier, on what series you guys want to see 10 things you did not know about next. Make sure you comment that. Make sure you guys subscribe for more. And like I said, peace out, guys. Game the fuck on. Until next time.